Hi, I'm Dr. Candice Mathers with Life Blossom Wellness, and if you want some tips on how to eat organic cheaper, keep watching because that's what's coming up next. Hi, I'm Dr. Candice Mathers with Life Blossom Wellness, and maybe you've decided to start eating organic, which is great. Congratulations on that. Maybe you don't know exactly why you should be eating organic, but you're hearing more and more about in the news about things like Monsanto and Roundup weed killer, and you're thinking that maybe there is something to this organic trend that's going on. Well, there are a few reasons why you should eat organic, namely because, like I've mentioned before, Monsanto and how a jury actually found Monsanto and its Roundup weed killer responsible for causing cancer. Also, there's less of a chance to have GMOs or genetically modified organisms in your food when you eat organic. Now, GMOs are different from Roundup weed killer. Roundup is a pesticide that's sprayed on most crops like wheat and some corn crops. And it's even been found in oats recently. And that stops pests from killing and destroying the crop. GMO crops are different in that they contain DNA from different organisms to create a resistance to pests. So there's a chance that GMOs might be in foods and that you don't want to consume that foreign DNA, which can come from anything from fungus, bacteria, and goodness knows what else. So that's a few of the reasons why you should eat organic. Just because it's cleaner, it's easier for your body to digest. You're not getting in extra pesticides or foreign DNA from different things that you wouldn't normally eat. So, if you've gone into the grocery store lately and you've looked at the organic foods available, there's a wide selection, which is a lot different than it was maybe just 20 years ago. But the price, I don't want to say there's a wide selection in price. I want to say there's a huge gap in price between conventionally produced foods and organic foods. And the reasons for this is multiple. Some people could be cynical and say, oh, well, the market is there, so the people who produce organic foods are going to charge what they think that people will pay for it. I think that it's just a little bit different because to actually get that certified organic, that USDA certified organic stamp, the people and the companies that produce organic foods have to go through a lengthy process, and that takes a lot of time and a lot of money. And so, for these companies to be profitable, they have to charge to make up for the loss. So, I'm not necessarily knocking the price for organic foods, but I understand that they are extremely expensive compared to the more conventionally produced foods. So, with that being said, how can you buy more organic foods, get more organic foods into your diet, and stay on budget? Great question, right? Well, here's a few tips, like I promised. So, tip number one, and tip number two, actually, go to the Environmental Working Group website. It's ewg.org. I actually have a link below in the description box. And this group is a nonprofit group. It works for the advocacy of openness and corporate accountability and the use of public lands and agricultural subsidies. So this group they're basically activists, and they do a lot of research, and what their goal is to create openness and to help consumers make the best choices when it comes to buying foods and products that we consume. So the Environmental Working Group publishes a list each year, and this list has what they call the Dirty Dozen, and that's the number of 12 produce items that have tested for the most pesticides. So, like I said, this list is actually produced each year, and you can actually go to their website and download this list for free. And at the top of the list this year, strawberries and spinach. So, go through that list and look at the Dirty Dozen, the 12 uh, pesticide-ridden produce items that's on that list, and try to buy those items organic. So you are going to be buying, organic items, but you can actually minimize the amount of organic items you're buying, in that you don't have to buy all of your produce organically. Just buy the produce that's listed on that Dirty Dozen list, so that you're not getting most pesticides. on the top of the Clean 15 list, which is also published by the same group, the Environmental Working Group, you can buy those conventionally because the Clean 15 are the top 15 produce items that have been tested for the least amount of pesticides. So things like cabbage, avocado, and sweet corn, which ranked on the Clean 15 list for 2018, you can actually buy those conventional. You don't have to worry about buying those organic because they have less pesticides residues on them. So like I said below, I'll have that link in my description, so you can just go to that website and click on it, download it, and take it with you to the grocery store and make the choices accordingly so that you can stay within budget. Number 3 is to limit the amount of bread that you're eating. So maybe you eat a lot of sandwiches or use a lot of bread in cooking, a lot of toast, things like that. Well, with bread, organic bread is expensive. A conventionally processed loaf of bread probably runs you about $2. Organic bread or organic loaf of bread runs about 5 or 6. So what I do in my home is I limit the amount of bread that I eat. I buy one loaf of organic bread maybe every week and a half, and that's just for the children. I don't eat it at all. This helps me to stay within budget, and it helps me to give the kids what they want when they want their sandwiches or their French toast or whatever it is that they want that needs bread. That's what I can give to them, and I don't have to eat it for myself. Number 4, try your local farmers market. So with your local farmers market, it could be actual farmers, or it could be just people who do gardening on the side and they have excess produce and they want to come and they want to share what they've grown with you and make a profit on the side. And a lot of times with your local farmers market, the food is grown organically. Now, it won't have any labels on it because most of these people didn't go through the process that you need to go through with the USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture, to actually get the organic certification, but a lot of these people don't use a lot of the chemicals in farming that bigger agricultural farmers use. So you can actually go to a farmer's market and get a lot of good organic produce for a fraction of the cost, especially if it's towards the end of the season and people are just trying to get rid of their excess produce. You can get a lot of good food, a lot of organic food, without having to go to the grocery store and pay those high prices. Number 5, grow your own food, especially spices. So if you're in a small place, maybe an apartment or in the inner city, you might not be able to grow, have your own garden and grow watermelons and things like that. But you can grow spices. So it's easy for you to grow basil, oregano, chives, things like that. You can just pop them on your windowsill in the kitchen or on the railing of your balcony and watch them grow. So that would save you money on having to buy spices, especially organic spices. And growing your own spices, you actually have that flavor, so you can just pick it right off of the plant and use it and taste that flavor and taste the life that's within that plant. So that's another way that you can actually save money on organic and you're growing your own spices. Number 6, make sure that you're buying your produce in season. Even with conventional produce, if you're buying it out of season, you're going to pay a lot more than if you're buying it in season. So, for example, what comes to mind is pomegranates, because it's pomegranate season right now, and pomegranates are pretty cheap. You can actually get one pomegranate for under $1. But if you try to buy pomegranates out of season, you'd be paying well over $1, maybe even closer to $2 for one pomegranate. So the same is true for organic produce. When you want organic produce, make sure that you're buying the produce that's in season so that you're getting the best deal. And that does mean that you're going to have to rotate the produce that you're eating throughout the year, but that's more that's how we usually eat. That's how we used to eat before we had stores and international crops being shipped from different parts of the country. So you just learn a different eating pattern, and you might not be able to have tomatoes year-round or fresh tomatoes year-round, but you'll save a lot of money and you get back to more of a traditional eating pattern that we used to have before all of this modern technology, which that might be a good thing. Who knows? So number 7, when you're buying organic foods, try to stay away from the prepackaged meals and the processed meals. And I understand that there's a huge convenience associated with having these meals available to you. And if you're going to eat a prepackaged meal, of course, you want to choose the healthier option with the organic prepackaged meal, and less salt, less preservatives. But still, those are extremely expensive. In fact, when buying organic, the organic processed foods are one of the biggest chunks out of my budget, which is why I don't buy much of them. So for instance, you want a burrito. Say you want one of the frozen burritos. It's quick, it's easy, and you just want to pop something into the microwave and have dinner, and that's it. Usually with a conventional frozen burrito, you might be able to get one for under $1, depending upon where you live in the country. With an organic frozen burrito, you are going to be paying $2 or more for that same burrito with organic ingredients. And that can double your budget if you think about it. Less than $1 versus $2 or more, you are inflating your budget exponentially by buying organic, prepackaged, and frozen foods. So if you do have to buy those, make sure that you limit it to maybe 1 or 2 meals so that you can stay within budget. But if you can avoid those completely, or maybe just buy 1 or 2 organic snacks, like maybe the organic cookies or the gluten-free organic cookies, things like that, that's fine. But make sure that you're not making those prepackaged foods a integral part of your grocery store shopping, because that's just going to throw your budget completely off. Number 8. The last thing that you can do to actually buy organic and stay within budget is try buying the off-brand organic foods or the store brand organic foods, because the store brand is usually a few cents, maybe even $1 cheaper than the name brand organic foods, and the store brands have to go through the same exact process of getting certified organic, or where they purchase their products from have to go through the same process if they have that USDA certified organic stamp. So you'll be saving a few dollars just by buying a brand that you usually don't buy. So if you follow these 8 tips, you're going to be able to get more organic produce, cleaner, better, more nutritious food into your diet without breaking the bank. So if you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a like. Subscribe if you want more tips and tricks on how to eat healthy and naturopathic medicine in general, how to take care of yourself. Let me know what it is that you want to see, what you want to talk about, and I'll take it from there. So thanks for watching. Thank you for your support. I'm Dr. Candace Mathers with Life Blossom Wellness. Make sure to let your health bloom with Life Blossom Wellness. Until next time.